In the last episode, we'd gone 8 games unbeaten in all competitions. Today, we want to continue that form both in the league and also in the Dutch Cup, because it's semi-final day in the Dutch Cup. Can we get through to that final? Let's go and find out. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode number 11 of Going Dutch, as we try and turn around a Dutch side that has been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, as we try to return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you, as mentioned in the preamble, 2 games. First up, it's the match day 27 in the KKD, and then we will have a Dutch Cup semi-final against Excelsior, also from the KKD, of course. And we'll play them twice in very quick succession. In fact, we're going to play them twice in 2 episodes. Because we're going to come back for the game in the league as well, which is at their place. We're at home today, at their place, because they are breathing down our necks in the league. And it does mean that it could be a 6-pointer. And if we can beat them in the league, we will open a bit of a gap. But we have to beat them first in the cup. And if we don't beat them at home in the cup, it's going to be a bit of a damp squib, to say the least. Right, they are the games in today's episode. We do have a bit of transfer news before we get into that, though. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, or in fact you're enjoying the series, then leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you to all those who have commented. Thank you to all those who have subscribed, and of course I will try and reply to all the comments as and when I am able. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with everything that's going on this channel, especially with FM25 coming up, by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, since you were with us, we have played 1 game, but as I said, we have been in the transfer market as well, and that's the wrong one, Mark. I always click on the wrong one. I don't know why I always click on the wrong one. We have brought in another goalkeeper. Our goalkeepers are a bit iffy. And this guy, we brought him on trial, and he's sized up better than the rest, basically. Viscari, his name is. He's Bolivian, would you believe? He's 32 years old. And we have brought him in. Go back to that last screen. Brought him on a free. And his wages aren't too bad. He's on 7,75 thousand a week. But hopefully you'll do the business for us. 3.5 stars current ability. Obviously he's 32. His ability is not going to improve somewhat. He's going downhill a little bit on the physicals though, as well. Maybe he will do as he gets tired or whatever. He has made 1 appearance for us, and that was in the game against Maastricht. And this is how the game went against Maastricht. You will see that Viscari picking up a 7.4, unheard of with our goalkeepers. Hopefully he can keep that going today. We had 3-goal win against Maastricht. We had to go into injury time at the end of the first half in order to get our first goal, and it came through Patrick Varro. Lobinger out to Gary inside to Rekic, Shepperman, Varro from way out, and it was a lovely shot, and give us the lead at half time. And Lobinger, who we put up front in front of Berhout, who was, his form has been a bit iffy, to say the least. Lobinger, of course, getting that hat-trick in the last game, so he started again in this game, and on 49 minutes he repaid that sort of willingness to have him in the team, and he scored this one after 49. Varro through to Lobinger involved in the thing. Listes was thing. Varro's gone down injured, but that ball put in by Latonda, and Lobinger putting it away. No lasting damage to Varro though, and hopefully we will see him today. Dario van der Boij finished off the scoring on 57 minutes. Listes to Latonda, back to Listes, to Van der Boij. Van der Boij, another one from outside the area, and goalkeeper getting nowhere near it. A 3-0 win then, and a clean sheet. Viscari, as I said, had a good day in goal. They had 7 shots, just 2 on target, 0.48 and 37% of possession. We had 13 shots, only 4 of which were on target, and this is where it's getting very poor. The team seem to be able to defend quite well against us, and we just need to ride our luck a little bit. XG of 1.41, 63% of the possession, which means the table looks like this going into today's episode. We are top on 57, 5 points clear of Excelsior. Hence why I said we'll be coming back in the next episode for that. Excelsior are in second on 52. FC Groningen, our first opponents today in the league. They are in third on 50 points, just 7 points behind us. And a win today would close that gap somewhat. Then come young Ajax on 46. And then Breda on 44 in fifth. Willem II are sixth on 42, drawn their last 4 matches now, lost 1, drawn 4, and FC Emmen are also there, 7th on 42, and then there's a 2-point gap down to Graafschap, who are in 8th place. Telstar still on the bottom, 5 points adrift of Eindhoven, who are 4 points adrift of Topos, who are 1 point adrift of FC Dordrecht. So I think that's brought you all up to date, and it's FC Groningen we face first today. Played them twice, once in the league, a 2-2 draw at their place earlier in the season. Romarato, who left to go to Groningen, obviously in the close season, and Pelpussi, or Pelpese, getting the other goal late on, and of course it looked like we were going to win that one 2-1, but 5 minutes into injury time at the end of the game, they got the equaliser. Varro and Lobinger, our scorers. Lobinger again involved in this, but we left it till quite late. In fact, all the goals came quite late in that game. But then in the Dutch Cup, a third round, which was also at their place, we did manage to get a result of 3-2. So high scoring both games. I'd like to try and keep a clean sheet today if we can. Ragnar and Ortemangon, the scorers for Groningen. And once again, you see they got us back. We should have won that 3-1, but 3-2 it was. Listes, Latonda and Shrivers, the scorers on this occasion. We're at home today, and I'm looking for a sort of semi-decent result. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face FC Groningen. And here is the team that faces FC Groningen in this Keukenkampioen Divisie Matchday 27. Viscara, our new goalkeeper, is in goal. Den Boij, Kongaloo and Pollock, our defensive line. Latonda and Shrivers playing as the complete wing-backs of Varro and Shepperman. Between them, Listes and Old Chika, who still is out on that right, and he hasn't performed particularly well yet. But I'm hoping that he will gel at some point or other. Lobinger is up front. And then on the bench, we have Vassen, Leveld, Oakley, Min, Rekic, Hamazi, Temezhnikov, Geary, Margray, Burhut, Wart Vatters, and Limari. And here we are back at the Mandemaker. Won 4 of our last 5, drawn the other one. And FC Groningen won 2 of their last 5, drawn 2, lost 1, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Kruger up front. And we are first on 57. They are third on 50 points. First highlights, 7 minutes in. Varro with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. All in, it's gone deep. We haven't seen a goal from a corner for a while, but Matty Pollock is going to give us one today. Second goal of the season, and it's 8 minutes on the clock, and we go 1 up. I thought I'd just finish that sentence as I was about to say we haven't seen many goals from corners. He puts one in the back of the net. Thank you. They have a corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Not got rid of that ball again, but it's gone wide this time. 18 minutes on the clock. I think we've said in our other series as well, having difficulty with this formation and clearing our decks. Latonda deep. Oh, and Lobinger, he's on good form at the moment. He's keeping balls out. And Lobinger is scorer again. Second goal of the game. Didn't quite see how many that is for the season, but it will have come up on the screen, of course. Nice ball in, and Lobinger puts it away. Kick off from the restart. And Listes cuts that one out, but he's giving it straight away to Kruger. And Mendes, are they going to get back on a goal back straight away? They are indeed. Arendust. And on 20 minutes, it's 2-1. Sliced us open there. And that was all because that ball was given away into the 6-yard box and Arendust was free. Half-time has arrived. No more highlights after that goal by Groningen. Pulled one back after taking a 2-goal lead. Yeah, they've had 5 shots, 2 on target, 0.94 on the old XG, 46% of the possession. We've had 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.56 and 54% of the possession. Need to be having plenty of shots, need to be turning more on target. Pollock and Lobinger, the scorers. Arendust equalising almost immediately, not equalising, but getting a goal back almost immediately. We need to get some more in the second half and prevent them from scoring again, of course. All out to Shrivers, out wide here. Shrivers has a couple of options. He's got Pollock inside him. Latonda comes forward. Latonda crossed this ball in. No. He is now. Listes to old Chica. And that was on target. It's gone for a corner. Deflected out. Eindhoven 1-1 with Excelsior, which if we win this is a big help. That one to the deep back post. Headed clear this time though. And Chica decides not to run after it for some reason. Pollock out to Latonda. Latonda questioned whether he should have fired it in there, but decided against it. Listes looking for space, and oh yeah, caught a deflection. Vizcarra. And that's a poor ball by Vizcarra, but it's sorted out by Varro. Den Boys back to Vizcarra. Not sure what Vizcarra was doing there. Den Boys trying to get it out to Latonda out wide, I think, but it was a poor ball. Having bigged him up after his last game. Nearly made a right Horlicks of that. Shepperman, Pollock. Shepperman. Shrivers to Shepperman. Shepperman to Chica. To Lobinger. Lobinger now. He's been tripped. Shrivers through. And Listes misses altogether. And let's hope that's not going to be missed chances that are going to bite us in the bottom. Oh, should have put that away. And with 62 on the clock, once again, old Shika. I think his days might be numbered, to be fair. He's going. I know I said in the last episode we're going to demote him to the reserves. I have now. And see, he's not back in the side until he picks up a bit of form. But he's off. Rashnel Malgré comes on to replace him. Let's hope he can make some inroads. And the goal kick. Moving the ball around at the back. Duarte. Introdust. Thought they were going to try and cut that out then for a minute. Didn't. And we need to be cutting it out because they're looking dangerous. Charles Cook. Oh, it's crossed into the area. And nobody did anything about that. Nobody did anything. And those missed chances have come back to roost. And we said there's always goals in these. and they always seem to come in. Viscari did nothing, and they snuck around. The defenders just stood and watched. Throw in on that far side. Latonda to Varro. Van der Bush. Need to try and get ourselves back on term here. Viscari. Congolese. I wish I hadn't bigged him up now. Viscari to Pollock. Pollock to Shrivers. Shrivers comes down this wing. Shrivers, who's changed position, of course. Margray. Oh, no, he hasn't. It's Margray that's come on. Margray on his own. Just gone wide. Free kick. Listes with the free kick. It's deep. Back post. And it's gone out. And we're nearly 72 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. Or is it 3 more changes? Well, I'm trying to work it out, actually. Or do we just change 1? I think you have actually changed 3. So the changes are as follows then. Coming off, we have Patrick Varro, who's getting tired. He's had a good game. We've replaced him with Omar Rekic, who can play as in midfield. Then we have replaced Sam Shepperman, also tiring, with Yasin Okali. And our final change is Kirsten Listes, who's he's having a poor game. And as I said, we seem to function badly when our 2 wide players don't play particularly well. Latonda moves forward. Vatters coming in as the complete wing back. Latonda in that attacking role that he can play as well down that left side as we go in search of a winning goal. All back to Congolese. 73 on the clock. O'Killy. Shrivers. Need to not miss our chances. Oakley. Rekic. Back out to Shrivers. Shrivers just needs to get this ball into the box. He needs to go. Get the ball in. He has. And Margray, who's come on as a substitute, gets his 3rd goal of the season. And our 3rd today on 74 minutes. We take a 3-2 lead. And now we've got to hang on to it or score again. One of the 2, but we did have a 2-goal lead and threw that away. Shrivers, see that ball in. It's dangerous when it gets in there. Van der Bosch, 80 minutes on the clock. 2 Vatters. Vatters to Lobinger. Rekic fires one long and nobody there. Matata. And don't like this when they build from the back because they do have that ability to come and get us. Famwo. Need to win this ball off them. Katic. Nearly cut out, but give up. Van Aken crosses this in, but it's sort of headed down. Not the one that back though, have we? Kruger. And Congolese does cut that out, but it's only as far as Van Gelderen. Kruger has shot in, and he's gone in. Question whether he was offside, I think. He is offside. It's disallowed, and our luck may have changed very, very slightly. Geldren, Kruger, it looked dangerous. He'd come all the way from the back, and Hukastra was offside. And with 82 minutes on the clock, making our final change. Congolese is off. Lemuri is on. Pollock moves to the centre of that defence as we look to try and hang on to this very slender lead. Say hang on. Be nice if we could score another goal. Viscara to Van der Bosch. Rekic goes outside to Vatters. Vatters comes forward. He's got Latonda inside him. Back to Vatters. Vatters now gets that through, trying to thread it through to Latonda, but it didn't do it. And they attack again. But that's cut out by Oakley. Oakley to Margray. Margray's already scored. He's going to have another go here. And he scored again. He's got 2 in this game. His 4th goal of the season, our 4th on the day. And on 83 minutes, we do have a goal, 2-goal cushion again. And I think that might just be enough. Let's hope so. Oakley stealing in and winning that ball. And with 5 minutes of injury time added on, we have seen the game out, a 4-2 win. And they must have thought they were back in it well and truly, and nearly were. Had they not had one disallowed as well, it would have been 3-3. But we've ended up 4-2. Pollock after 8. Lobinger keeping his form going, scoring again 19 minutes. But it was the substitution of Margray, and maybe we need him to start in the next game. Margray coming on, and he got a goal 74 and 83 to give us that 4-2 win. 15 shots, 6 on target, 2.07, 53% of the possession. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, 2.20. So quite potent in attack, 47% of the possession. We have managed to win the game, and I don't think anybody has a player of the match from what I can see. It's not been given to anybody. 7.7, 2 7.7s. Nobody was outstanding. Shrivers and Charles Cook were the 2 players with 7.7. So they share player of the match as it is. Well, before we go and have a look at the scores on the doors, Rashnel Margray was the player of the match. I hadn't pulled it down far enough. An 8.4 from him. 2 goals, and really coming on as substitute on 64 minutes. He had a splendid time out there, scoring 2, and definitely deserved player of the match. Well, Excelsior did beat Eindhoven in the end 2-1, scoring on 71 minutes after it looked like it was going to be a 1-1, never mind, they're still there, and we're going to need to beat them to open that gap up even more. Having said that, though, having beaten Groningen today does mean that the gap between us and third place, which is just outside the automatics, is now 10 points. So that win today was one that we needed to do, and we need to do the same to Excelsior in the next episode, and that will hopefully put us in a position where it's ours to throw away, so to speak. What else been going on? Young Ajax, did they play today? I'm not sure that they played. Yes, they did. 1-1 draw with Willem II. NAC Abreda, they were victors. Did I see them? Yeah, victors over Venlo by 1-0. Emmen are in 6th place. And they beat Young AZ 3-2 today. Then come Graafschap, who've moved up into 7. So I'm guessing that they did beat Dordrecht by 2-0. And we've already said about Willem II. Down the bottom, Telstar beating Helmond Sport 3-0 to close the gap to just 2 points over FC Eindhoven, losing to Excelsior, of course, and just 6 points drift now of Topos, who lost to Young Utrecht 3-1. And of course, Dordrecht losing to Graafschap 2-0. So it's made it a bit tighter down the bottom, and Telstar stand a bit of a chance of pulling themselves clear of that bottom of the table where they were, I think, at the end of last season as well. Right, we have 5 days down to our game against Excelsior, the Dutch Cup semi-final. I'll come back just ahead of that with any news. Well, you join me on match day of this KNVB Dutch Cup semi-final, and we have a bit of a bad news. Sem Schepperman has been recalled by Hercules MLO. Felt he was often being played outside the agreed role. I'm not quite sure what role he was supposed to be playing in, defensive midfielder, but I mean... So he's gone. We are now short in that defensive midfield role, which causes a little bit of a problem. He's run here 24 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists, and 1 player of the match, a 6.91. I'm not quite sure why they've recalled him, but they have, and we're going to have to get on with it. We've had a quick look, and there isn't anybody falling out that's going to give us the impetus that we want, I think. So that is a bit annoying, to say the least. And with that in mind, we have today's match, of course. Varro is suspended, which causes even more problem in that midfield. And they have Seymour, who is also suspended from this Dutch Cup semi-final. Previous meetings, we have played them 3 times, twice in the Eredivisie. Last season, of course, a 3-1 win at our place, a 3-0 loss at their place, and then this season we've played them in the Kuken Campion Divisie, beat them 2-1 last time out. Shahira, who is the player to watch out for today. He's the big one. Sem Shepperman, who's gone, of course, scoring for us last time, along with Burhout. The other scorers, Van der Beek getting sent off last season. And yeah, so there we go. We've beaten them twice, lost to them once. Can we go and make that 3-1 as opposed to 2-2? Let's hope so today, as we look to try and get through to the Dutch Cup final. And if we get there, we will face either PSV Eindhoven or AZ Alkmaar. So the question is both Eredivisie. Not that we've got a problem with that, because we have beaten Eredivisie to get here today. Can we go and get a win against Excelsior in the first of back-to-back matches against them? Let's go and find out. And with the bad news that Shepperman has left us, this is the side that will face Excelsior today. Viscaria continues in goal. Kongaloo, Pollock and Reckitt. Let's hope he doesn't make some big howlers today. Latonda and Shrivers are wide. Complete wing-backs. De Boish and O'Killy in midfield. Listes and Margray. Margray coming on, of course, as we've put Chica out to the reserves. He's on the bench today. Margray then in on the right. A good game last time out. Lobinger up front continues as his form is good. Burhout is on the bench today. He hopefully will get some game time, but maybe later in the game. Vasson, Leveld, Lakessa, Min, Gari, Simmons, Tomeshnikov, Vatters, Chica, Toshibobu, and Lemuri and Burhout make up the bench. And here we are at the Manor Makers, 1-4, drawn 1 of the last 5, as we look to progress to the final of the Dutch Cup. I don't think anybody thought we were going to be here. Very similar form to us, 4-1, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. First highlight 13 minutes in, giving the ball away to Excelsior. Trying to thwart them. Ball out wide, and I thought we won it back. We haven't, and he's gone in. And Viscari's beaten by Traore, and they take the lead on 15 minutes, or is it 14 minutes? We'll see in a minute. And Viscara, I thought he was the change that we needed, and he's not performing well, is he? This shot comes off him, and he's not got there. He should have got it. 14 minutes on the clock. Let's ball out as we try and attack. Reckitt, Van der Beek, 18 on the clock now. Pollock, Van der Beek, Pollock. Pollock's going all the way back to Viscara. Kongaloo. Viscara, Kongaloo. Latonda finds Pollock, really holding us at bay, and we can't get much further forward, and it's taken a long time. This ball punted forward, and Listes is going to get there. Listes into space, but blast it. Goodness me. Change of pace. We decided to go route one. Listes all the time in the world and thrashes it over the top. Won by Margray. Lobinger out to Listes. Listes, Kongaloo. Den Boish, O'Killy, Margray finds Shrivers. Shrivers chips this in. Listes, and he's pumped it over the top again. .21 on the clock. This is the goal kick from that one that's gone over the top. Falls through to Kongaloo. Viscara. I thought I was going to fall and they might have picked that up for a minute, but Rekic, once again, not taking our chances. Rekic. O'Killy. Shrivers. As we try and come forward. Rekic. Pollock. Just need to be patient. Rekic. Margray. Margray finds Shrivers in space. Shrivers now just needs to cross this in. Chips it in again. Lobinger. Ooh, wasn't coming down and just over the top. Shut off. With that free kick. Traore, the scorer of the goal, and it's through. And the danger man is there. And the danger man's put it away, but he's offside, I think. It's not going... Oh, they're going to check it. VAR in the Dutch Cup. And it's a goal. He was onside. And they go 2 up after 24. And we've got a mountain to climb now. Shahari. We'll see the lines. No, he's onside when Traore played that ball. 26 minutes on the clock. Van der Boij, Kongaloo, Pollock. Changed to attacking. Now, Lobinger puts it away, gets one back. Question of offside. It's going to be checked by VAR. And it's this lad, he was offside. Thought we got one back. Just gone that just fraction too early. Have a free kick right on the centre spot. Something about Traore there. I'm not sure what it was. I didn't read it in time. Oh, and that through. And that's it. We've done and dusted this time. And that one disallowed. So it's back as we were, 2-0. And Shahiri, the calls out. But Traore is pulling all the strings. Yeah, 2 of them offside. But Shahiri, definitely. Half-time has arrived. We've survived through to half-time. They've had 4 shots. 3 on target. 0.27, 39% of the possession. We've had the bulk of the possession. We've had 6 shots, only 1 of which are on target. And that's our big problem, 0.58 and 61%, as I say. And, well, we need to convert those shots into on targets when the XG's in our favour and the possession. We need to have a better second half. 52 minutes on the clock. Shrivers to O'Killy. No changes at half-time. Van der Boij, Shrivers, Margray. Margray, come on in. Can he do something? No, he's given the ball away. But he's won it back. O'Killy, Van der Boij, Latunda. Latunda crossed it in, and Lobinger gets his head to the ball. Now the referee's going to say he was offside again. Goodness me. Ah. What are you to do? He was offside. No doubts about it. Listes with a corner. It's a short one to Latunda. Latunda crosses it deep. Oh, it's gone in this time. You try and rule that one out, referee. Pollock scores for us, gets us one back on at 68. Oh, is this the tide turning? Latunda crosses this deep. Just thinking about doing some changes as well. Pollock gets up well. And with 68 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Rashnel Margray. It's our 2 wide players. Rashnel Margray is off. We've replaced him with Chris Lakessa, and the other change from mate was Listes. Both of them are not having a good day out there. Lobinger comes from the attacking striker role. That's what I was trying to say. And Burhut comes on. Maybe the combination of the 2 might get us the extra goal back. We have a corner. Oakley. Swung in. It's headed clear, though, on Lakessa. Back to Oakley. And it's fired in. Latunda has gone. Oh, referee's going to... Oh, man. It could have been the ball. It was the ball that went to Oakley that was offside, I think. Yeah, when that ball was played, he hadn't come back onside. It was a nice ball and it was well put away. And with 77 minutes on the clock, making two more changes. Lobinger has come off. We have brought Vatters on for him. Latonda moving up into that inside forward position. Vatters coming on as the complete wing back. And the other change that we have made is we've taken off Dario van der Beek and replaced him with Limuri. Rekic moving up into the defensive midfield role. Limuri coming in on the right. 89 minutes on the clock. Latonda fires one forward to Shrivers. Could be a rash roll of the dice. Latonda, it's blocked. Rekic. Oh, I thought he was going to release that ball then. Rekic gets it into the area. Oh, and Oakley has put it away. The referee's going to give it. And we've drawn level on 91 minutes. 4 minutes of added time. And I think this goes to penalties if it is all square. We'll find out, I think, unless we can score another one. Rekic, O'Killy, and we've got the 2 goals back. And the answer to that one is no. Extra time will be played. So we do have extra time here, and at full time, we've had 18 shots, 5 of which are on target. We've just not put enough on target. 2.02 on the XG, 61% of the possession. Still retained a large amount of possession. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target, 0.31, 39% of the possession. We need to go and get them in the first period of extra time. First period of extra time, they have a throw in. We were the only ones to make changes at the start of extra time. They've used 5 of their 6 substitutes now, same as us. Still got 1 to make. As they look to come forward. Oh, and they got through. Lamprou. And it's gone. In fact, Vascara must have saved that. And they have made that final change now as well. We'll need to check that out in a minute. Vaz swings this in. It's deep to the back post. It's not headed away. It is Limuri has headed away. We have a corner. Latonda with this corner. It's deep. Oh, just wide. And the end of the first half of extra time. 18 shots, 5 on target. 2.02 and 61% of the possession. They've had 6 shots, 5 on target, 0.47 and 39% of the possession. This is going to penalties unless somebody can break the deadlock. And with 115, nearly 116 minutes on, it's looking like penalties. We have brought on Gary in place of Pollock. I'm hoping I haven't taken the wrong player off there. No. Pollock in that defence as we go attacking for the last 5 minutes just to see if we can score something as everybody is getting very, very tired. Batters with a throw-in, 119 on the clock. Congolo, has this got a twist at the end here? Vatters, let's hope so. Latonda, Berhut, Vatters, he doubles back a little bit. He's got Congolo there. We're coming backwards at the minute. Vatters, Congolo, Limuri, who's come on. Rekic finds Oakley to Lavelle, through to Oakley. Oh, it's there. Lukesa scored and the referee's given it. His first goal of the season, Lukesa. And it's 3-2 with just seconds to go of real time. And goodness me, have we snuck it from underneath them. Come back and they have the ball. 121 minutes of added time. We are in that minute. Hormans. Oh, if we'd won that ball then, that would have been it pretty much. And Vatters is going to get sent off. Is he or not? No, he didn't get sent off. And no, he didn't pick up a yellow card. In fact, interestingly, I don't think anybody picked up a yellow card in that game. But by golly, after extra time, and by being 2 goals down at half time and despondent, thinking this is just not going our way, we've actually pulled it back from the brink. O'Killy almost at the death of full time, getting us back level at 2-2, and then Chris Lakessa getting us the winner on 120 minutes has given us an unlikely win and puts us through to the final against PSV or AZ. Who's it going to be? Adam Traore getting the player of the match. 3 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance, 1 assist and a goal. He had a good day at the office. And Vizcarra at the end got a 7.3 despite how did he do that? Despite, it must have been stuff that we didn't see, but yeah. 21 shots, 7 on target, 2.46, 60% of the possession. I mean, really, we had lots of shots. We should have scored more. They had 7 shots, 6 of which were on target, 0.51 and 40% of the possession. We have overcome them, and as you see, they didn't have much of the match, really. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes in the whole of that game. And, well, how did we not win it by more? I really don't know. Let's go and see who we play in the final. Well, we're having the rug pulled from under our feet. Yoram Borhut has been recalled as well. He's been recalled by Ajax and made 21 appearances for us. Very, very disappointing. What? I mean, he's an out-and-out striker. Why? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We'll have a look at that closer. I mean, he played 16 appearances, 10 goals, 3 player of the matches, a 7.09. What else can you do? Yeah. Very, very disappointing. So we're now devoid of a defensive midfielder and devoid of a striker as well. We're struggling for players. Oh dear. And of course, transfer windows out and gone. So talk about make life difficult for yourselves. There we go. Right. I don't think we have an answer to the who we're playing yet, but as you see, we had most of that game. And yeah. Let's have a quick look and see if we can find out. Not been played yet, the other game. So we'll come back in just a moment when the other games have been played. Well, maybe we won't come back when the other match has been played, because it isn't being played until Wednesday, the 2nd of April, which is very, very strange. And for some reason, can't see the final in here as well. When is the final supposed to be played? Schedule. Dutch Cup semi-final. And the final is on the 20th of April. So we've got a bit of a gap down to there, but 20th of April will be in here somewhere. Probably Grafstrap will get moved out. One of them will get moved out, I'm guessing. So there is where we will be, but we won't know who we are playing in that final until we get down to here. But we are through to the final. Right, that's it then, boys and girls. We have managed to keep our unbeaten run going, but it's been hard work, as you'll appreciate. We're going to come back. We're going to play Excelsior again in the next episode. We need to beat them again in order to open that gap up at the top of the table. And then we play Helmand Sport, currently 12th in the table. And hopefully we can set ourselves away. But having our life made difficult by the fact that loans are being taken back off us as we go. I'm not sure whether we can go into the loan market or not. Can take them away from us. Surely we can bring some in. We'll need to have a look before the next game. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It's been an epic one. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Going Dutch will be released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 12. It's out on Thursday. Join me for that. Until then, goodbye.